In this video series, we're going to talk about 24 different situations on a table that require 24 different shots, and today we're talking about this situation. Okay, in today's episode we're in the following 10-ball situation and we don't have a clear shot on the 4-ball. What we're going to do now is we're playing a two-way shot actually. This means when you're playing 10-ball, you always call a ball into a pocket where the highest chance is that the ball is going to drop, because then you have the opportunity to continue playing. So what I'm trying to do is to actually play a safe where I'm bringing the 4-ball to the short rail. This means 4-ball should go towards here, and towards the short rail. But of course, I'm calling the 4-ball into this pocket, because if I'm leaving the cue ball in this area, and here is the 5-ball, I have a shot, I can continue my run if the 4-ball accidentally drops. So let's try to execute this shot. Aiming, about here, give myself a bit of a chance to make the 4-ball. Alright, you see, we have the 4-ball on the short rail, we have the 6-ball as a blocker. Cue ball should have stayed here in the perfect case, but still we left our opponent no shot, and now our opponent has a really tough time. I think let's set everything up again and play it one more time. Usually when you're playing those kind of safety shots, it's very important to hit the long rail. That's basically the same that we played in our second video of this episode, where we had the 9-ball safety play. But here with all those blockers, it's actually also possible to hit here and bring the 4-ball here because of all those balls. But to be honest, it's a bit dangerous. So I would try to, in the best case, get too short and not too long. So let's do it again. This time I'm trying to hold the cue ball a bit more here. Actually, I'm going for the 4-ball now. Again, I didn't make it, but we have a safety again. So this is a very reliable shot. So the key message of this really short video, to be honest, is always call a ball into any pocket and try to see two-way shots, possible two-way shots where you either have a chance to make the ball, always call the ball, and if not, you're safe. And if you make the ball, you have a good shot on the next ball. And this doesn't mean that you have to need to have a makeable ball like the 5-ball here. For example, if the 5-ball is here, I'm still doing the same, because then I can play a safety from the 5-ball, but I'm always wanna have control over the table. This means if I'm not calling the 4-ball and I leave the cue ball here, I make the 4-ball, my opponent has a choice and can play a safety from here. So it's very important, call the balls and play two-way shots. Alright, let's show you a couple of two-way shots. In this 10-ball situation, for example, I'm of course not trying to do something crazy. This means cutting the 7-ball in or banking it into here. I'm actually playing a clever two-way shot. This means I'm kicking from behind, trying to bring the 7-ball either here or here with a high chance to end behind the 7-ball. And of course, we have to call the 7-ball into the side. So make a clear decision. I'm going for the safe, but of course, I'm always calling the 7-ball. And this turned out perfectly. We got a very good save. If we had made the 7-ball, we would have had a shot on the 8-ball. Alright, next situation, again 10-ball. The 7-ball doesn't pass the 8, so what we're trying to do is bring the 7-ball into here, towards here, and to the short rail, so that our opponent has no shot. Cue ball can end somewhere all around here with no shot on the 7-ball, no clear shot. Very important. Commit to something. I'm committing for the save. For example, if you're going for the shot, it's very dangerous. If you're still hitting here on the pro side, it's okay. But what you don't want to do in this shot, bring the 7-ball into the short rail, because then it will end in front of the pocket. All right. Just judge where you want to hit. we came close to making the ball. And even though our opponent can see the 7 ball, most important thing, 7 ball is here. And again, a very clever and very common two-way shot. Here we are in a 9 ball situation, and of course we could go all the way for the safety. This means bringing the cue ball behind the 8 ball, but this is more of an aggressive two-way shot where we're trying to bank the ball, but at the same time we're trying to bring the cue ball in a safe position behind the 7 and the 9. So you have to judge, is it worth the risk or not? Just showing you how this would look. So I'm going for the bank and trying to bring the cue ball behind the 7 or the 9 ball. So make your plan in your mind, play the bank, try to bring the cue ball in a safe position. Made the bank. Cue ball isn't perfect, isn't ideal because it leaks out a bit. So this is the danger if you're playing more aggressive two-way shots. So you have to judge, is it worth the risk? Because if you're bringing the cue ball here, for example, now I have no shot on the 7 ball, and the cue ball would have needed to end here to have the 7 ball into here or here. So if you're playing those two-way shots, those aggressive two-way shots, you have to judge, is it worth the risk, or are you going all the way, like in our example, for the safety behind the 8 ball? Another very interesting situation for a two-way shot is this 10 ball layout, where we are on the 6 ball, and what we could do, of course, if you're not playing a two-way shot, just play the 6 ball into here, try to marry the cue ball towards the 10 ball. If you want to be a bit more aggressive again, then watch the following. If we follow the line of the 6 ball, if we hit a bit harder, the 6 ball maybe has a chance to go into this corner pocket. The problem, however, is that you have to hit a bit harder. This means the stop shot itself becomes a bit more difficult if you're hitting hard compared to a very soft hit where the 6 ball just ends somewhere here. So you have to decide again, is it worth the risk to go for the two-way shot? And are you actually trying to marry the cue ball towards here, towards the 10 ball? Or if you're totally going for that shot, if the aggressive shot is your first option and the two-way shot or the second way is just the safety, then you also have to bring the cue ball a bit back towards here to be able to see that 7 ball. So you always have to commit to something. Am I going for the safety? Then the two-way shot, the second way is the 6 ball that drops. Or are you going for the 6 ball, play the C shot, playing it into here, then the second way is the possible safety. I would go for the safety, and I'm sure the cue ball or the 6 ball won't reach here. So just to be safe, I would call the 6 ball into here. So always call the ball. Let's try to go for the aggressive option and see how this would look. But again, this is a bit too risky, but I'm just showing you what is possible with two-way shots. Okay, as you see, 6 ball was close, but was hard enough to go to the short rail. I lost the cue ball a bit here, and my opponent can't see the 6 ball, so I got a bit lucky. So here, the safety option would be a lot more clever to go just for the safety and don't play that two-way shot. And of course, in the second episode of this video series, we were talking about the money ball safety game, and here this also was a very clever two-way shot. In my opinion, one of the most creative two-way shots where we're trying to make the 9 ball in the side, and if not, we get a very good save. So this is another very, very creative two-way shot. To summarize it, two-way shots are your friend in pool, but what is very important, always commit to something. This means don't just try to play either this or this, stick to something that you've imagined before, because otherwise very often you end up exactly in between and very often you sell out this way. Okay, this is the situation for tomorrow, which is an 8-ball situation that we're going to talk about, and it's not a specific shot, but an approach for 8-ball that is very interesting, and this is tomorrow's situation. Okay guys, if you like this video, then please consider to comment, share this video with your friends, leave a like, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe, because 75% of you who are watching this video right now aren't subscribed to my channel, and it really helps me growing and making videos. Okay, a huge thank you goes out to my sponsors, to everyone who's supporting me, and of course my patrons, and that's it for today. Thanks for watching guys, and as always, see you tomorrow. Take care.